Do you have a bladder problem that doesn't fit your lifestyle? Always have to know where the bathroom is, or having a bit of incontinence, or a child that's wetting the bed? I'm going to share with you 5 ways today, natural ways that we can assist you with a bladder issue. I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness Chiropractic Redefined, and in this video you want to watch all the way through, because this is not just saying a chiropractor can adjust somebody and fix everything. We're going to show you 5 comprehensive ways that we can work with this issue. So first, though, we do need to know that the nerves to the bladder come from the spine, and it's a back and forth street between information from the bladder through those nerves to the spine and information going to the bladder. These are involuntary reflexes, meaning without conscious thought. So it's very important that your spine be balanced and all the nerve endings, the mechanical nerve endings in your spine, be working right so that these neurological pathways can work correctly. At Winters Wellness Chiropractic Redefined, we use an instrument that gently adjusts you with no twisting and no popping. It taps 12 times per second, and we can gently use it on these areas of your spine to balance exactly where we need to, so that this communication between the bladder and the spine can work properly. Secondly, there is communication between the bladder and the brain, and we can help those neurological loops by adjusting you while you're doing an activity such as, in this case, a Kegel exercise, where you're raising the muscles of the pelvic floor. With the biofeedback methods that we use, I can instantly tell where your spine needs to be adjusted and make those corrections while you're doing that Kegel exercise. That helps integrate this information between these pelvic floor muscles and your brain. So that's the second way that we can help these issues. The third way is soft tissue positioning, and we can test exactly which way we need to give the body information. We can have you put your hand here, and I can test a muscle response, and based on where I get weaknesses, I know exactly how I need to position my instrument. And it's very gentle. This is not forcing anything, but your body has an intelligence, and it will use that information that is given to help reset the alignment in the soft tissues here, and that can help take pressure off the bladder. So that's the third way that we can help. The fourth way is to train the centers of the brain that are receiving and processing the information from the bladder. There's 5 different centers in the brain. They all have to coordinate with each other and coordinate with the information that's coming in from the bladder. We train the brain at Winters Wellness Chiropractic Redefined through neurofeedback. It's a very sophisticated way, but it's actually quite simple. Some sensors go on your scalp and on your ears. It reads electrical activity of your brain. The computer does mathematics on that instantaneously and gives feedback to the brain about what it's doing. So as soon as the brain goes off track, it interrupts the sound and the music that you're listening to, and your brain knows that it just did something, so it can learn to reset itself, right itself. Think about driving on Interstate 24. You get off on the bumper strips on the right, they're rattling and making noise, and if you intended to stay in your lane, you just steer back in your lane. But the bumper strips give you information that you moved out of your lane, and that's what neurofeedback does, is give the brain information that it went off track, so it can be learned to become more stable and efficient. As these brain centers are more stable and efficient, they can properly process the information that they're receiving from the bladder. The fifth thing that we can do is we have some advanced testing in our office, and it's too much to explain in detail for this video, but we can tell specifically if these nerves, such as the hypogastric nerve, the pelvic nerve, or the pudendal nerves, are being interfered with by medication reactions, toxins, or infections, and we can use homeopathic type remedies to release those effects on the bladder. So recently we had somebody who had been on an overactive bladder medication for many years, was just really frustrated with the whole issue, still had to know where the bathroom was all the time, and just lots of problems. And within 2 weeks of care, she's now walking 3 miles with no urgency. She's went from getting up 3 or 4 times a night to not having to get up at all during the night, sleeping throughout the night. Has made an amazing recovery, and the reason she made an amazing recovery is because we did all 5 of these steps. We aligned the spine for this communication. We reset the neurological loops as she was doing Kegel exercises and adjusted her while she was doing Kegel exercises. We did the soft tissue positioning of the bladder. We trained her brain with neurofeedback in just 3 sessions of that. And then we found that this nerve right here, going to the neck of the bladder, was being interfered with by a medication reaction from another medicine that she was taking. We didn't have to have her stop that other medication. We just did a homeopathic remedy to release that nerve, that release the chemical effects on that nerve, and she made an amazing recovery. This is the kind of thing that we do at Winter's Wellness Chiropractic Redefined, and I'm so excited about the different ways that we could help people with these bladder issues. So if you're interested in this, call our office at 270-554-2141. Be sure and subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Facebook. Again, Dr. Michael Winters, Winter's Wellness Chiropractic Redefined.